sé cómo hago mi trabajo y yo sé cómo estoy haciendo lo que estoy haciendo. Pues ya.
Tú estás cogiendo una mesa, después te vas, vienes para atrás, coges otra mesa, después te vas, vienes para atrás, coges otra mesa y después te vas.
Hola lovelies, this is Zoe and I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about these two black women that were at a restaurant. I don't know if she is Black American or an Afro-Latina. They didn't really say, but her best friend had to check a Latino worker at this restaurant, and at first they was talking about how he was taking care of all the other customers and stuff like that, and it seems he was basically not attending them, and he tried to get slick at the mouth. He started speaking in Spanish, but her best friend started checking him, and she basically told him off in Spanish, and he got kind of shook because he didn't think that a black woman knew Spanish. The crazy part is he was attending all the other tables, but he wasn't attending them. He's basically ignoring them and just serving the other customers and whatnot. And it's like he helps the other tables, comes back, and then he dips and helps another table. And so they checked him on that. And eventually, he tried to argue her down, but he couldn't take it. He couldn't handle it. So he decided to, sashay away. He was very sassy, as you can see, as he walked away. And what's crazy about this story is that first of all, if you're an employee, you shouldn't be talking to a customer like that. And most of the time, they always say that the customer is always right. And then he decided to switch to his language, thinking that the two women didn't know Spanish, but one of them happened to. And like I said, I don't know if she's Afro-Latina or if she's just a Black American that is bilingual. My thing is like everybody in the comment section was pretty much laughing, saying, how come it's like 2025 and people don't know that black people can speak Spanish, or black people can be bilingual? And yes, we have a lot of black Latinos too that most of us do speak Spanish out and about. A lot of Latinos probably just see us as Black Americans, like they don't know they don't know that we're Latino until we start speaking Spanish. Really, in my opinion, I think it's better that way. So if they don't know that you speak Spanish, so you'll be able to listen to what they're saying, just in case they're talking bad about you or if they're saying something like racist towards black people. And like I said, on my channel, anybody that has been following me for a long time, I have been talking about this for about 5 years now. I started my channel back in 2020, and on my channel, I like to expose anti-blackness in the Latino community. I have a lot of videos. I got a lot of videos, of Latinos coming for black people, whether they be African American, Afro-Latino, Black Caribbean, or Africans. I want to show y'all another video that I had saved in my phone, and some of y'all probably already seen the video. It went viral like a couple of months ago, but this video was about an Afro-Cubano who was in a grocery store, and he was just shopping, minding his business, and as he was leaving, he heard a white Latina saying racial things about black people in Spanish, and after that he decided to call her out, and he told her off in Spanish. And what was funny about the video is after he started trying to speak Spanish to her, she was acting like that she didn't know Spanish, even though she was just speaking Spanish just a couple of minutes ago. But I'm about to show you the video right quick, and I'll be back.
All right. Let me give you a word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano.
Okay.
Y cuando hablo de la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también.
I was just saying.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say. Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. So, you know what, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablando de mierda de negros, tú hablando de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them understand what the fuck you're saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. We give you a word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano. Y cuando habla la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también. Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say. Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. So, you know what, that's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablando de mierda de negros, tú hablando de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them understand what the fuck you're saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. Yo soy cubano, yo entiendo. Cuando habla esa mierda de negros, tú hablas. No, I didn't video it. Like I'm telling people, I didn't video to get the girl fired. What happened was, I was in the store, Family Dollar, and I was buying a few things, some soap and stuff like that. Now the one lady, she was on the aisle with me. She knew I spoke Spanish because I had my phone on speaker and I was talking to a customer in Spanish. So she knew I spoke Spanish. The girl behind the counter, she probably didn't. So as I was going through the line, the lady in front of me, she had a little girl, and her little girl had some little tennis, and they were black. So she asked the girl behind the counter, what about the white tennis? She said, no, the white tennis, they were speaking Spanish. She said, the white tennis for boys. She said, but when I opened up the box, I put the box behind the counter because she said in Spanish, porque los negros estaban robando. The black people, and I'm going to say it without being derogatory, but she's saying the black people would be stealing the tennis. But she said it in Spanish in a derogatory way. So the lady in front of me, who knew I spoke Spanish, turns around and looked at me in the face. And then she started engaging the conversation. No, estos negros siempre allá le están robando la.
So that was the video. And like I said, some of y'all probably already seen it, but I just wanted to add that video to prove my point that a lot of white Latinos and mestizos, they like to do this. They like to like when they want to talk about somebody, especially like a black person, or say something, that's a little racist, they will, switch to their language so you can't understand them. And I know that Latinos don't do this. I know that there are some, Asians that do this too, because I know somebody said that they hate going to the nail salon because they think that the Korean women in the salon are talking about them. But as I don't know, I can't really relate because I don't I don't go to the nail salon, but I know that both Latinos and Asians, or basically anybody that's bilingual, like to do this. And I know that I've been seeing that a lot of a lot of Americans, especially black Americans, are now trying to learn Spanish, and that's great. That's excellent because Spanish is the second most spoken language in the USA. And it's crazy that, America won't claim it. Like, we got countries like Canada, they have two official languages, which is French and English. But, America refuses to do the same thing. They just want to keep English as the official language, even though, like, Latinos are like 18% of the population. Just like somebody in the comment section said, that Spanish isn't hard to learn. It's a very easy language. And what's good about Spanish is you can actually learn it, in school. Like, you can take classes in middle school or high school. If you take it in college, then you're going to have to pay, in middle school, high school is free. And a lot of people, they take it in high school. And I know that a lot of people will say, well, it's Spanish from Spain. I say, well, yeah, they can learn the Spanish from Spain, but they can eventually, learn slang later. Like, they can find Latino friends later that can teach them like slang, or they can Google and search on YouTube. Like, they can look up Puerto Rican slang, Dominican slang, Cuban, Mexican, they got so many videos up, teaching you slang words from different Latino countries. And as a Afro-Latina, I advise, Americans to learn Spanish, especially Black Americans, and especially if you are a Black American that lives in a majority Latino state, or you live in a majority Latino city like Miami, And I know that there are some states where they have like a lot of Latinos, like they have a lot of Latino population, like New York, Florida, California, Texas. So learning Spanish would be very crucial. And I know that some people, in America, some Americans, they refuse to learn second language, and that's cool. That's okay. I'm not going to say you have to. But I know some people want to. And there was this other Black girl, last year, she had made a video telling people, how she wanted more, telling Black Americans how she wanted, she wanted more Black Americans to learn Spanish. And she said that a Black woman had cussed her out and said that she didn't want to learn Spanish. And like, it's okay, if you don't want to learn, you don't have to. Especially if you're older, because I know a lot of older people don't want to learn a new language, And it's like the older you get, you have a hard time, But I do suggest that, younger people, they should try learning Spanish. But like I said, you don't have to if you don't want to. And, what's crazy, I had seen a video from Latina, and really she got in trouble because she was speaking in Spanish.
I have about speaking Spanish in my classroom, and now I'm the one that's being bad because I'm asking you to meet my expectations.
We didn't,
but
we didn't know that was a policy. You could have reminded us.
I have been talking to you about it since the beginning of school. Every time you talk in Spanish,
you just tell us to stop talking.
Yes,
you don't
but
like.
Why do you think I do that?
We don't know.
Okay, we're like two reasons. One, it's unfair to other people. You're speaking a language that half the people in the classroom can't speak, so it makes it seem like you guys are talking about them. Two, today I had a girl breaking down right in front of you guys, and you guys were giggling, and then you started speaking Spanish.
Who was breaking down? Because we don't focus on anyone but ourselves. If I'm talking Spanish to her because I know obviously no one else can understand me.
Okay, but why? Why do that? What is the point of that?
We always do it in ceramics and
okay, but I'm not the teacher of ceramics. I know, but
I'm not ever saying anything bad.
That's right. I am the adult.
Exactly.
And you are to do exactly what I tell you when it's in my classroom. If I tell you not to speak Spanish, there's a reason. I don't have to give you a reason. You're supposed to do it. Now, moving forward, there will be absolutely no Spanish in my classroom.
And what was crazy about it was that she had posted on TikTok and it went viral. Now, I would say that, her teacher was out of pocket, but there are a lot of public places that won't let you speak in another language because, they don't want to offend nobody. And I remember a couple of years ago, my mother was working for a nursing home, and she had told me a nursing home wouldn't let nobody speak Spanish. And I was really, really shocked when she told me that. And I was like, what? They won't let you speak Spanish? But I'm like, what if you're bilingual? And she was like, they just don't care, they don't want to offend the residents because, the residents hear, somebody speaking Spanish, they're going to think that somebody's talking about them. So I figured that, it's going to be the same way in school. It's like I don't really know because I never spoke Spanish in school. I was saying that I feel like most schools, they shouldn't care, if you speak another language. I know the middle school that I went to, which was a Black middle school, and at the middle school, there was a bunch of Latinos there that spoke Spanish, and we had a Black principal and a white assistant principal, and they both didn't care. The only thing that they cared about was as long as you didn't start fights or stay out of trouble, then you were good. And at my high school, at the school, I don't think they really would have cared, but for some reason at this girl high school, they had a problem with it, and I don't understand why they have a problem with it, but I can understand why the teacher felt that way, because there are some people that, you know, they think you're talking about it. If you switch to another language, they think you're going to talk about them. And sometimes that's not necessarily true, but sometimes that can be the case, especially, you know, with the two Latinos that I showed you in the beginning of the video. So she probably just wants to make sure that nobody, you know, feels uncomfortable. And to be honest, you know, I feel like it's a good thing that there are more people learning Spanish, because like I said, it is the second here in America. There are a lot of, you know, Americans that speak Spanish. We even have, you know, Puerto Rico and an American territory that speak Spanish. They are Americans, like Puerto Ricans are Americans that speak Spanish. And it's crazy that, you know, they all the MAGA Trump supporters were angry that they chose a Latin artist to perform at the Super Bowl. And I'm like, why not? He's American. And he had a problem because none of his songs are in English. And I was like, you're right, but not all Americans speak English. Some of us speak Spanish. To be honest, you know, I think it's a good thing that there are more Black Americans speaking Spanish. And I've heard Latinos say in the past that, well, who cares? Learn Spanish. You know, if you have a problem and don't understand, you know, they were saying this because there were a lot of Black Americans upset that they couldn't get jobs because they weren't bilingual. And there were also some white Americans that were having this problem too. So the Hispanics was like, okay, and just learn Spanish. And, you know, that's basically what both white and Black Americans are doing now. And it's like, now they are upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? They are doing what you told them to do. They are now learning Spanish. And I think that some of them hate the fact that some Americans are learning Spanish, because now that more Americans are learning Spanish now, you know, they can't just, you know, talk about people. You gotta be careful these days. And like I said, they keep forgetting, like some Latinos keep forgetting that Black Latinos exist, Asian Latinos exist. There are even white Latinos, so you just don't really know, you know. You don't know who speaks Spanish, so that's why it's important to watch your mouth. And, you know, my grandma's always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all. I think that's all I have to say for this video. But please like, share, and subscribe. Please tell me what you think of the video. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.